Hi, I'm Lesley Everett. This time I'm coming to you from my office in Binfield in Berkshire, and what I'm going to be sharing with you and talking about today is stride 3 of the 7 big strides to personal branding, and that one I call dress like you mean it. Now, whether we like it or not, people do judge us on the way we're dressed. That's the first thing we see, dress and appearance, and we get a feeling about that person's personality and brand from the way they've chosen to dress. Fashion critic James Laver once said, "Clothing is the furniture of the mind, made visible." And I think if we think about that statement, it's so true. And as I said, whether we like it or not, or agree with it or not, we've got to go with it and make sure that our wardrobe choices are in line with the personal brand that we want to create. Think of it a bit like the packaging of your personal brand. So the first thing that often we get faced with when we have to consider our wardrobe consciously is that dreaded smart casual dress code, that invite to that event or conference or networking event that says smart casual on the joining instructions. You think to yourself, what does that mean? Is it different to business casual? If it is different, what are the differences? Does it mean I can go in a suit without a tie? Does it mean I need a jacket? Does it mean I can wear chinos and a polo shirt? Does it mean jeans or a t-shirt? For women, does it mean a suit, or can I go in a more relaxed skirt and top, or trousers and blouse? Nobody really knows how to define it. I stuck my neck out when I wrote the book Walking Tall and just decided to have one term to describe smart casual, because some people describe it as business casual or chic business casual in some books that I've seen in the US. But I stuck my neck out and said, let's call it smart casual and look at the levels of smart casual that are appropriate for different business situations. And often it is thinking about it consciously. The first thing we need to consider with any wardrobe choices are that they are an extension of our personality, and that alone will help you to think about it consciously. Secondly, you need to think about what is appropriate for that audience today, that client I'm seeing. Who is the client? What are their expectations of me in the role I'm in, of the person I am, what we're trying to achieve? What is the situation or the environment? Is it hot or cold? Is it formal? Is it relaxed? And what are your specific objectives? Because you may choose to dress differently if you're going to get a contract signed to as you might do if you're going to just build a relationship in a relaxed format with a client. So it's first of all thinking about who the client is or the audience is, what are their expectations, what is the situation or the environment, and what are my objectives. And those 4 things will enable you to think about your wardrobe choices more consciously. The third thing is consistency. We really need to make sure that we're consistent with the way we're dressed. I often say to people that a dress down day is not a licensed slob day. It doesn't mean you can just take the nearest shirt that hasn't been ironed, or you don't need to brush or wash your hair or to shave that day, because it will let you down. These will be negative layers that you could potentially be adding to your personal brand. You need to be consistent with your dress. And some people say to me, well, I don't feel comfortable going to work if I'm not dressed in a suit. And other people say, well, I feel awkward in a suit, I'd much rather go in a casual style. You've got to think about various levels that work for you to suit the environment you're in as well. The fact is that 80% of people wear 20% of their wardrobe 80% of the time. You have a lot in there that you don't need. So I want you to consciously think about the things that you could get rid of, the things that don't fit anymore, those things that are a little bit wishful thinking that you will fit into one day. Maybe you won't. The things that are past their best, the things that are dated. Don't ever think they'll come back in fashion, because if they do, they'll come back in slightly differently and you'll look dated. Think about those things that have got marks or stains on them that you think nobody will notice, and they always do. When you get some time at a weekend, on a wet weekend, perhaps go up to the bedroom with a few bin bags, a few labels, a bottle of beer, a glass of wine, whatever it takes, and just sort through the wardrobe. Get rid of stuff that really shouldn't be in there, that could be in danger of damaging your personal brand on that particular day. It's a very therapeutic thing to do, to sort through the wardrobe. Think about it consciously, and always be aware that your wardrobe choices are a really visual element of the packaging of your personal brand. I look forward to seeing you next time from a much more exotic location. You'll find out where when I see you next.